Okay, so today we're diving into something that's been generating a lot of buzz
Yeah.
lately, and that is the MG token,
Yeah.
MemeCoin.
Yeah.
And more specifically, the whole Meme Games platform.
Absolutely.
So you, our listener, have actually shared a recording with us of a recent Meme Games call.
Very cool.
This was from yesterday, March 21st, 2025.
Wow. Okay. So very recent.
Yeah, to be exact. And as always,
Yeah.
our goal is to kind of cut through the noise, extract the really essential information,
Absolutely.
and give you a clear understanding of what's happening here, especially if you're one of our listeners who's keen to stay informed in this fast-moving crypto world.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's so important to be able to get efficient insights into what could be significant developments in the crypto space. And this MG token announcement, I think, certainly fits that bill.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it, unpacking the key details about this token and the meme games ecosystem as a whole based on this call.
Okay, perfect. So first off, the MG token itself, it seems like this isn't just your, kind of run-of-the-mill meme coin that pops up overnight. It's being presented as like specifically integrated with the Meme Games platform. So what's the significance of that? What's the significance of that immediate connection?
That's really a crucial point to understand right from the outset. This exclusivity could be a big factor. By tying the token directly to their platform, they're trying to create a sort of inherent demand and utility within that existing ecosystem rather than just relying on broader market speculation.
Okay.
It's interesting. The timing appears to be quite strategic as well. The announcement was on March 8th with a public release planned for June 1st, 2025.
Okay.
On a decentralized exchange. So that gives them like a good 3-month window.
Right.
To build momentum, to get people excited. And just so everyone's on the same page, a decentralized exchange is basically a marketplace for cryptocurrencies that operates without a central authority.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So they're emphasizing several advantages they believe this approach gives them.
Yeah.
They're talking about things like fostering loyalty among their users, leveraging their already growing community, and perhaps, most notably, the fact that they have this established gaming platform that's been operational since May of last year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's almost a year.
Almost a year.
Of real-world activity. So how does having that existing platform, how does that differentiate them?
Huge difference from the countless meme coins that, just launch with like an idea and like a white paper or something.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, this is a fundamental difference.
Yeah.
Many meme coins, as we've seen, enter the market purely based on hype, maybe a white paper outlining future plans, hopes, and dreams.
Right.
But meme games, they've actually got a functioning product.
With an active user base.
Right.
And they mentioned some pretty impressive traction.
Yeah, they did.
Growing from a couple of hundred daily games to over 20,000.
Wow.
With projections of 200,000 within the next 90 days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just shows a level of engagement that a new meme coin typically has to build from scratch.
Totally.
So that's a huge advantage right there.
Yeah. And it also sounds like this move towards their own token has been made possible, at least in part, by some recent regulatory clarifications. So the call mentioned a shift in how meme coins are being viewed.
Interesting.
More as collectibles and loyalty tools rather than securities.
Interesting.
So what are the implications of this kind of, regulatory perspective?
Yeah, that's a great
for
quote.
projects like meme games.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like it's a big deal. It is a big deal. Regulatory clarity, or at least even the perceived understanding of the regulatory landscape, can be really a significant catalyst for the entire crypto space. It provides a degree of legitimacy, and it allows projects to move forward with more legal certainty.
Okay.
And so if meme coins are really being viewed more as collectibles or loyalty points, it potentially eases some of the stricter regulations that apply to like financial securities, which opens the door for more innovation in how they are used and distributed within platforms like this one.
Okay, awesome. So we have the MG token. It's exclusive to the platform.
Yeah.
It's launching in June, and it's linked to a live platform.
A live platform, yeah.
Now, the call went into some detail about how users can start acquiring and increasing their MG token holdings before the public launch even happens.
Right, right.
It seems to center around 3 key activities: playing games, using a simulator called Swap.
Got it.
And participating in a sharing or ambassador program.
Okay, sounds kind of familiar, yeah.
Yeah. So let's start with the play aspect.
Yeah.
How does gaming function as a way to earn these pre-launch tokens?
This is where the gamified approach that we talked about becomes really apparent.
Okay.
They've structured these daily games. They run 3 times a day, spaced about 8 hours apart.
Okay.
And they're referred to as the 10, the 25, and the 100. And these numbers represent the entry fee in MG coins to participate in each game.
Okay, so it's like 10 MG coin, 2,500.
Exactly. That's how much it costs to play each one.
Makes sense. And the gameplay itself seems relatively straightforward.
Yeah. I mean, it seems pretty simple.
In each round, they pit 2 popular meme coins against each other.
Okay.
And players have to predict which one will experience the highest percentage growth in value over the following 24 hours. So it's almost like a mini prediction market.
Yeah, like a little micro prediction market focused just on meme coins.
Exactly. So what's the thinking behind making prediction, that core mechanic?
I think it taps directly into the speculative nature and the rapid price fluctuations that characterize meme coins, right? So by making it a production game, they're encouraging users to actually follow and analyze the trends within this really volatile market, even before their own token is publicly traded.
Right.
It's not just about taking a guess, though.
Okay.
To actually earn MG tokens by playing MG, you need to get a top 10% ranking among all the participants in a given game. So there's a competitive element to it as well.
Yeah, and they gave some examples of the reward structure.
Okay.
For instance, in the 100 coin entry game, if you manage to finish in the top 1%, you could receive 1,000 MG tokens, which is a 10-fold increase on your initial entry.
That's significant.
Yeah. Even placing slightly lower in the top 2 or 3% still yields a pretty substantial return.
Yeah, nice.
So it seems like skill prediction is rewarded. But beyond just earning, what's the potential benefit?
Yeah, that's a great question.
For users in actively participating in these prediction games?
I mean, beyond the immediate opportunity to accumulate MG tokens, I think there's a really significant educational aspect.
Okay.
So by actively participating and observing how these various meme coins perform, users are getting basically real-time exposure to market dynamics, sentiment shifts, the factors that can drive these meme coin prices up and down.
Right.
The call even suggested it could be a way to develop an eye for identifying those trending coins.
Right.
So that kind of hands-on experience could be super valuable even outside the Memegames platform.
Yeah. Which leads us perfectly to the second component, the simulate feature. They've called Swap. So once you've earned some MG tokens through gameplay, how does this simulator allow you to further engage with the meme coin market?
Yeah. So the simulator basically provides this virtual trading environment where you can use those MG tokens you earned to mimic trading actual meme coins at their live real-time prices.
Gotcha.
So you can select a meme coin, you allocate some portion of your MG tokens, purchase it just like you would on a real exchange, and then you track its simulated performance over time.
Okay, so it's not just a simple, buy and hold scenario.
No, it's not passive.
It sounds like the simulator offers, more active management, allowing users to, buy, hold for various durations, and even like swap out of one position into another.
Exactly.
So it's like a practice trading account.
Yeah, exactly. Specifically tailored for meme coins.
Yeah.
Using the MG tokens you've earned.
You got it.
In the platform. So what's the core value proposition?
Yeah, it's all about skill development and risk-free experimentation. You can test different trading strategies, see how various meme coins react to market events, overall sentiment, gain a deeper understanding of the volatility without putting any real capital at risk. Or at this stage, any MG tokens that have tangible value outside the platform.
Right. So it's a way to learn the nuances of meme coin trading.
Exactly.
But in a controlled environment.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you play games to earn the initial tokens.
Yeah.
Then you utilize those tokens in a simulator to practice trading, learn market dynamics.
Exactly.
And then the third key area is share, their ambassador opportunity.
Okay.
And this seems to be, designed to grow the community.
By incentivizing users to bring new people to the platform.
Yeah, the network effect.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the structure of this ambassador program?
Yeah, it's all about leveraging those network effects. Each ambassador gets their own unique referral link.
Okay.
To share with others.
Right.
When someone signs up through the link, they get free entry into the platform, which includes 135 MEMEGAMES.
Okay.
That's enough for one participation in each of the 3 daily games.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, it's a no-cost way for new users to kind of test it out.
Yeah, get their feet wet.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But it appears the primary earning potential for ambassadors lies in what they call the challenge.
Okay.
Which involves purchasing these MEMECoin packages. And these packages have a 30-day validity period.
Okay.
And this is where this peer-to-peer 50-50 revenue sharing model comes in.
Okay, peer-to-peer, interesting.
Yeah, can you explain how this direct sharing mechanism works?
Sure. So when an ambassador recruits a new member, and that new member buys an MEMECoin package to enter the challenge, the revenue from that purchase is split right down the middle.
Yeah.
50% goes directly to the ambassador who did the recruiting, and 50% goes to the MEMEGAMES platform itself.
Okay.
So the ambassador is getting their share directly from the new member, often using cryptocurrency.
Okay.
The platform gets its portion as well.
Okay.
So, this direct peer-to-peer reward system can be a really powerful motivator for community growth. Provides immediate, tangible benefits for recruitment.
Okay. And what are the potential, I guess, drawbacks to that model? I mean, it seems pretty good.
It does seem good, but, a potential downside I see is that there could be an overemphasis on just recruitment. Rather than on, the organic engagement and enjoyment of the platform itself.
Yeah, you don't want people to just focus on getting people in.
Exactly. You want them to actually use it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right.
And have be a good experience.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so the call also mentioned that this challenge can eventually lead into their legacy compensation plan, which they described as volume-based, with the potential for daily income.
Okay.
So it seems like the challenge is an entry point into a more, traditional.
Right. So you start with the challenge, and then you can move to the legacy plan.
Exactly.
Okay.
So how do these two compensation models differ, and how might they work together?
So the challenge seems designed for those immediate rewards that we talked about, based on individual recruitment efforts.
Okay.
The legacy compensation plan, being volume-based, likely takes a longer-term view, rewarding ambassadors based on the overall activity and growth of their downline.
Okay.
So essentially, the network of people they and their recruits have brought in.
Gotcha.
So the challenge helps you build that initial network volume.
And then as those recruited members continue to, participate, maybe they upgrade, renew their packages, that ongoing activity contributes to the ambassador's earnings in the legacy plan.
Makes sense. And they also briefly mentioned some bonuses within the challenge itself.
Interesting.
Bonus volume. And rank bonuses tied to participation in the games.
Okay, so even more incentives.
Yeah.
To stay active. Okay.
And even a matching bonus on the rank bonuses of direct recruits.
Wow, okay. So they're really trying to incentivize participation and growth.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered the various ways to potentially earn and grow MEMG tokens before that public launch even happens.
Before they're even available to the public.
Exactly. Now let's look at the timeline they've laid out and some specific incentives that they've announced. The call highlighted some key dates, starting with the MEMG token announcement on March 8th. Then the bonus announcement,
which was just yesterday,
was March 21st, followed by the release of those bonuses on the platform on April 1st.
Okay.
And then there's a pre-sale specifically for active MEMEGAMES users in late May.
Right.
And finally, the public launch on June 1st.
This is a phase rollout.
Yeah. So what does this structured timeline suggest?
Yeah, I think it suggests a pretty deliberate strategy to build that initial awareness, incentivize early adoption, and reward their existing community before opening it up to the broader market.
Right. So they're trying to build a core group of people who are really bought in before they open the floodgates, so to speak.
And who are invested literally in the platform's success.
Right. Exactly. And there seems to be a particular emphasis on the MG token bonuses that were announced on March 21st, especially the accelerated version for the rest of March.
Yeah.
They highlighted 2 key bonuses, an activation bonus and a purchase bonus.
Okay.
Both of which are being doubled until March 31st.
Doubled? Wow.
Yeah. So let's break down the activation bonus.
Yeah.
This applies to new members joining the challenge, correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. So what's the scale of this bonus? What are we talking about?
The activation bonus is a 100% match in MG tokens on that initial challenge entry package purchased by the new member.
Oh.
So to illustrate this, let's say someone joins at the Gold Director level, which has a $7,500 value. Normally, they would get an additional 7,500 MG tokens as a bonus. But right now, for anyone joining before the end of March, this is being doubled to 15,000 MG tokens.
Wow.
So that's a huge incentive to get in early.
That's a lot of tokens.
It is. It is.
Okay, wow. And then the second bonus is the purchase bonus.
Okay, the purchase bonus.
This seems to be linked to the ambassador's activity in recruiting those new members into the challenge. So how does this bonus work? And what's that, amplified benefit during March?
Yeah, so the purchase bonus rewards the ambassador when a new member they recruited joins the challenge. And the ambassador gets MG tokens equivalent to the platform's 50% share of that new member's initial purchase. So it's basically a 100% match of the platform's earnings from that transaction. And again, very important, this bonus is also doubled for the rest of March. So let's go back to the Gold Director example, where the platform gets $3,750. The ambassador would normally get 3,750 MG tokens. But until March 31st, they get double that 7,500 MG tokens.
So they're really pushing people to get involved now before the end of the month.
They're trying to incentivize that initial activity.
Yeah, totally. So the message is pretty clear.
Crystal clear.
Get involved before the end of March.
Yeah.
Capitalize on these double bonuses.
That's right.
Both on your own initial participation and on the new members that you bring in.
Exactly. Bring those people in. Get those bonuses while you can.
Yeah, exactly. So it sounds like they're really aiming to generate significant momentum.
Makes sense.
In these final days leading into April.
Yeah, it's a common tactic, these limited time amplified incentives. It's a way to encourage that immediate action, drive that rapid growth. And the fact that they're doubling both of those bonuses really creates this compelling reason to join.
To get in now.
And for existing members to expand their networks before that window closes.
Okay, awesome. So to kind of summarize all this, we've got the MG token launching in June, integrated with this existing and expanding gaming platform. People can currently earn these tokens through gameplay, through that simulated trading environment, and through the ambassador program with that direct peer-to-peer reward system.
That's right. Yep.
And there are very significant time-sensitive bonuses.
Yes, limited time only.
Available for those who engage before the end of this month.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think that's a good, concise, accurate overview.
Yeah, I think you nailed it.
What's really interesting to me here is this integrated approach.
Yeah, it's not just hype. They've built something. They're incentivizing engagement. They've got this community-driven growth mechanism. So it's a multifaceted strategy, and I think that raises some questions about long-term sustainability.
Right. And this is where it gets really interesting for you, our listener. So considering all of this, the existing platform, the pre-launch earning opportunities, the ambassador model, the upcoming public launch.
The whole picture.
How might this whole comprehensive approach uniquely position the MG token within this, often very saturated meme coin market
That is the question.
Yeah.
And what does it suggest about the potential evolution of utility for these types of digital assets? I mean, it seems like they're trying to move beyond just the meme itself and build a functioning ecosystem around it.
I think that's a really important point about the future of meme coins.
Yeah.
So they're not just relying on memes and jokes.
Right.
They're embedding the token within a platform that offers entertainment, but also a form of simulated education and tangible earning opportunities.
Yeah.
So they're trying to establish intrinsic value,
right?
Beyond the speculation.
Beyond the hype.
Beyond the hype.
Yeah.
Now, whether this strategy will lead to long-term success,
right?
Who knows? I mean, the crypto landscape is constantly changing.
But I think what they're doing, undeniably represents a more comprehensive and potentially more resilient approach than a lot of the other meme coin projects we've seen.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Definitely something for our listeners.
I'd like to think about.
Yeah, lots to think about.
Absolutely.
So if this deep dive into the MG token and meme games has sparked your interest, you might find it valuable to, revisit the details of that ambassador program.
Yeah, look into that.
Perhaps explore some other crypto projects that are focusing on building utility within gaming.
Yeah, absolutely. See what else is out there.
Or even delve deeper into the broader concept of tokenomics.
Yeah, great idea.
And how that can drive engagement within these digital ecosystems.
It's a fascinating space.
It is. So thanks for joining us.
It was fun.
For this deep dive, and we'll